Dog's barking at somebody. I don't know who it is. I'll be right back real quick. I'll play the intro song again. I will be back, I promise. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, apparently this book's really good. Like, a lot of people... Is anybody here? Anyway, Confessions of a Cape Crusader. Wow, a lot of people really like this book. A lot of people are giving it like 5 stars and stuff. I'm happy I bought it because there's like the Kindle version, which is $9.99. Then you have the paperback, which is $19, which is brand new, which I bought the brand new one. And there's like used ones, which is like $40. Frank Cho's Apes and Babes. Okay. I really like Frank Cho's artwork, by the way, so... Yeah, so I'll be doing a review of a book called Confessions of a Cape Crusader, which I look forward to reviewing it. I look forward to reading it. I had to take notes to kind of go through it thoroughly and talk about which parts I like in the book, which parts I might not like in the book. I never read it, mind you, so I will be going, reviewing this book, never reading it before. It'll be the first time ever. I will say this about Superman Year One by Miller, and I like the artwork, by the way. Even though John Romita Jr., who, mind you, I like John Romita Jr. I think he's a great artist. I like his Batman run with Scott Snyder on All-Star Batman. I thought he did a great job with, drawing everything, and even though he left and new artists came in, and it was kind of different seeing Snyder working with a different artist that isn't Greg Capullo, in my opinion. It was kind of weird seeing that. But I like Snyder. I like Romita Jr.'s run with it. I thought his run was great. It's a shame that he didn't finish it, But it wasn't bad, in my opinion. But the way he draws Clark Kent as a kid is really weird. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, Clark Kent as a kid and Batman Superman Year One. Sorry, Superman Year One. He has a big ass head. I don't know what it is. It's like he has like a huge like cranium, you know. And it wasn't a bad Superman story. But I am all for Frank Miller writing comics just to piss off everybody. But I love the Dark Knight Returns, The Last Crusade. I really like that story Miller wrote. And if that is the last Bruce Wayne Batman story ever written by Miller, I'm happy that it is, and it ended really good. It kind of made up for the Dark Knight 3 comic, because that was a disappointment. I really wish Miller and Dave Mazzucchelli, who did Batman Year One, would reunite and do a true sequel to Batman Year One. Even though we got like Batman Year 2, and we have Batman Year 3. But I really want to see like a true definitive sequel to Batman Year One. That's my thoughts of it. I really love the Batman Year One comic, and I'm happy that King and Clayman did a sort of homage to it, and the Batman comics today. But I have to do like a Frank Miller video. I mean, not a Frank Miller video, but an episode. Just going through his comics and stuff. Because a lot of people today are just, so bitchy lately about Miller writing, Miller, all this and stuff. It always bugs me, because I know it comes from the SJW crowd, and they are the people that don't buy comics. They are the people that are anti-customer about comics. Like, if you say, like, for example, I love Frank Miller's artwork, there's going to be people be like, like, all that. They're going to be all over, shaming you for liking an artist or a writer, They're going to be like, well, Frank Miller is sexist towards women. Like, I got into, like, an argument, like, when someone wrote, like, about Frank Miller saying, when will this old man die? And I didn't shame the person. I just said, like, wow, you want Frank Miller to die? How liberal of you. And the person goes, that's not what I meant. And it's like, that's exactly what you meant. You're asking and hoping, basically, this man to die. So, I hope Frank Miller writes, I hope to God he writes a Wonder Woman book. A Harley Quinn book. I hope he does it. I want Frank Miller to write those. Just to piss off those crowds. That's what I want. Even I love how he draws Wonder Woman. He makes Wonder Woman look like a drag queen. I would love to see him do a Harley Quinn comic just to fuck with everybody. Just for that. Just to fuck with everybody's minds. I love you more. I want a Frank Miller Harley Quinn comic now. I just want to see everybody's face just melt and look like the fucking aliens from They Live. So anyway, I'm going to be wrapping up the episode today. I am happy to be back. I know I was supposed to do an episode yesterday, but after the doctor appointment and all that, Like, shit, I was like done for a couple days because I was just tired and exhausted. I mean, the blood work came back perfect. The flu shot kind of wore you out. I mean, it's kind of weird though. You get a blood work, they take your blood out into a vial so they can do testing on it. Make sure you don't have anything bad. Then they give you a flu shot, and it's like it's like right in the same arm. And it just wore you out. Like, I still have a bruise on my arm where they took the blood out. Still have a bruise. Yeah, it just kind of wore you out. So so anyway, I'll be doing tomorrow's episode. Remember, we're doing a book review, Confessions of a Cape Crusader. So what else? Hopefully the one book comes in. I ordered Batman 78. I haven't read 79, so I might get 79 tomorrow. I might buy Batman 79 tomorrow. I did, by the way, I do have a book I did read. If you go to Walmart, if you're in America or Canada, I don't know if they have Walmart over in Europe. They release giant books, which I did talk about before once on a podcast episode of Batman Giant. I have the Justice League Giant, which I got, and I got the Flash, I got Swamp Thing, got the Halloween one, I got the Christmas one. Not bad. They did release a Scooby-Doo Giant to celebrate Scooby-Doo's 50th anniversary. It has 9 stories and 1 book for $4.99. I loved it. I absolutely enjoyed Scooby-Doo Giant #1. I thought it was so wonderful and brilliant. I know a lot of people are like, wow, you're shilling for it, but no. I actually loved it. It was really good. Like, I do have criticisms of the Batman Giants. Bendis kind of wrote it kind of boring, in my opinion. But Scooby-Doo Giant #1 with 9 stories for $4.99 is absolutely brilliant. I really enjoyed it. It was a good book. I really loved the 9 stories in it. They're short stories, but they're really great. Some of the artwork's the same, but it's different in some of them. But I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. It is a great story. I know these giant books are made for like kids to get kids into reading, which kids do need to read more. But I really enjoyed it. I give it. Let's see. What do I rate it? Well, I got my cat Lola. I give it 5 Lolas out of 5. It's a great stories. They did one had Edgar Allan Poe and William Shakespeare as ghosts haunting a library. I really enjoyed that one. They're great books. Highly recommend them. If you can't find them in like a Walmart, I'm sure they have them on Amazon or eBay. You could probably find them on there. They're great books. It's a great book. I hope they do another Scooby-Doo Giant because I know this is going to sound sad, but I'm kind of tired of superheroes. They did do a new Batman one. I did not like it. The new Batman Giant special. I didn't really like it. I mean, they had 5 stories in it, but they weren't Batman. They only did like one Batman story, then a Batwoman story, then a Nightwing story, then a Harley Quinn story, and a Batgirl story. And I was just like, this is so stupid. It's Batman, not the other characters. It's a Batman story. If you want to do a Batwoman costume, Batman woman comic, do that one. I didn't buy it. I sort of like flipped through it, and I was glad I didn't buy it. I ended up buying the Scooby-Doo one. So that's my review of it. If you like the Batman one with all these characters, Nightwing, Batwoman, Harley, Batgirl, it's yours. your cup of tea.